What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to Bushcraft, the Learning Bushcraft channel. Thank you very much for checking out the video. Today we're going to carry on with my Learning from Ray Mears kind of series. I showed you in a previous video that I recently bought a billy can from TBS, which is a ridiculously useful bit of kit, but it's one that I don't know really how to use properly. You know, whenever you're out and about, whenever you're camping overnight, you're going to need to cook food, purify water, or even just, you know, you might want a cup of tea or a coffee at some point when you stop. So being able to use a billy can properly and suspend it over a fire is a really useful skill that I currently don't have and need to learn. So using the book, there's a couple of different techniques in there as to how to sort of suspend it over a fire. There's one in particular that I want to focus on today that I've seen loads of other bushcrafters use on YouTube. So guys like Joe Robinette, who obviously I mentioned quite a lot, My Self-Reliance, Bush Trek Boosh, Doug Linker. There's loads of guys that use this particular system a lot. Seems really versatile, seems really quick and easy, so that's the one I'm going to focus on today. So come along with me. Hopefully it doesn't go too badly wrong. I'll show you what I do every step of the way, and hopefully by the end of it we'll be able to boil up some water and maybe have a cup of tea. Hope you enjoy. The system that I'm going to try and recreate uses 3 different sticks of various different lengths and sizes. The first one is ideally kind of a straight stick with another kind of root off sticking out from the side. This is where we're actually going to hang our billy can. I'll show you actually. It's probably easier, isn't it, if I get my billy can out. So the idea will be the billy can hangs on that bit there over the fire. Now, just looking at that straight away, it may be actually that this stick doesn't actually come out horizontally enough, so I may need to get a better one. What I would do is trim off this excess bit of the stick here and this bit of the stick here, because I don't need it, and that may make a difference. So I'll tell you what, I'll do that and see if that works, or if I need to get another stick. So bear with me. Okay, so that actually works quite well now. So all I did, as you hopefully could see, was I tapered off this bit here and snapped off that bit there. Now I've got a nice straight stick here, and that seems to hang quite well. So luckily, I don't need a new stick, which is great. So this is kind of step 1. As I say, all you need to do is make sure you have a stick that looks a little bit like this, because that's actually going to end up being over the fire. The second bit of stick that we need looks like this. So as you can see, there's sort of a Y shape in the stick itself. I don't know how else to phrase that. Because what we're actually going to do is we're going to use this as kind of a brace. This is going to go on this bit of the fire, so behind your fire, or whichever side really, and then we're going to put another stick across it so it lies up and over, and then our first stick will hang from the adjoining cross stick thing. I realise I'm explaining this really badly, but you'll see when hopefully when I put it all together. So the first thing that I want to do is, with this particular anyway, is trim off these 2 big bits of stick, because we don't need it. All we really need is this sort of Y joint here. Now ideally, I have seen a video that states that you don't necessarily want a stick that is in a particular Y shape. You actually want one that is kind of rooting off rather than coming to a V, because when you are hammering it into the ground, if you need to, if it is a complete V shape, so it comes to the top and then tapers out, either side of the V, whichever one you bash, is likely to break off. So you want one that kind of carries on and sprouts out, I think is the idea. So I'm going to trim these off and we'll stick it up next to the fire, and then I'll show you the next bit. As you can see, I've just trimmed these 2 bits down, so they've now got a more short sort of Y shape at the top there. And as I said before, what I want to do now is be able to drive it into the ground here behind the fire. So in order to do that, all I'm going to do is put a point on the bottom of my stick here. I'm not entirely sure how high it needs to be, but as my fire is quite built up, I think that should be okay. So I'm just going to use my knife to put a point in it and then stick it in the ground. Should only take 3 cuts according to Ray Mears, but I'm not him, so whatever. There we go, so I've got a bit of a point. So now let's stick this in the ground. Hopefully this will work. You guys will kind of start to get the idea. Oh, get in there. Get in there. Okay. Good. That's stuck in there. Hopefully it's not going to go anywhere. It's far enough away from our fire that it's not going to catch on fire. Yeah, and that seems relatively stable, so I'm quite happy with that. So let me get the next stick and I'll show you what we do with that. The third and final stick is just a really simple, straight as you can, long one like this, because what we're going to do is pop this big stick in between the Y shape so that this end kind of hangs over the fire, and then the idea is that we will cut a notch in this stick and it will hang from that stick above the fire, so your billy can is just above the fire. I hope that makes sense. What we need to do in order to ensure that the hanging stick will actually stay to this one is we actually need to, it's actually best apparently, as just demonstrated here, if you find how this stick wants to kind of lie on the floor. And if you can, obviously stick it into the ground at this end over here. So yeah, so we've done that. So what we actually need to do is make a kind of a flat sort of wedge shape in this stick here, and I'll show you why that's important in a minute. So so let's do that now. Okay, tell you what. Well, that snapped because this is a dead stick, but I'll tell you what, we'll just run with it and we'll just put our wedge in to this end here, and if we need to we can always lower the Y. So so all is not lost. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. All I wanted is that. The other thing, apparently, that we need to do is put a small indentation in this bit of the wood here. So all we're doing is driving a small hole just by twisting our knife in a circular motion. There we go, small indentation. Bit of a wedge shape, small indentation. Right, now I'm going to have to readjust my Y stick in order for all of this to actually fit in. So far, the actual creation of our hanging system has been relatively simple. This is going to be the trickiest part, because what we're going to do now, or at least attempt to do, is cut a notch in this stick here at the top, so it will hang on our sort of cross joint stick. I've never done this before, and I've only ever seen people do it in videos. I've never seen anybody do it in real life, so so we're going to have a go. Essentially what we have to do, I believe, is make a cross indentation in the stick, and then carve out everything but the top half. So we should be left with a sort of a triangle dent, if you like, sort of a triangle overhang in the stick, which then fits into the divot that we made in the cross stick, is the theory. So let's see if I can do this. If not, we may need to go and get another stick, but we'll give it a try. So making sure that we're doing the notch on the opposite side to our hook, otherwise that could be catastrophic. Okay, so first we make a cross indentation. There's one bit of it. Try and make that a bit deeper. And then again on the other side. I mean, I guess the thing for me is I don't know how deep to make these indentations. This is the thing for me. I'll tell you what, let's get a stick. And do the same on the other side. Okay, so we've already kind of mucked this up, I think. Yeah, that's already broken. Damn. Dear. Okay, let's try it again. Never mind. Just only do a gentle bashing this time. Where's my bashing stick? Seem to quite have worked as far this way, so let's see if we can just do it ourselves. There we go. Okay, that feels a little bit better. So now we want to carve out this bit, and this bit, and leave in that bit, I think. So let's very gently try that, shall we? This will be by no means the neatest this has ever been done. But, as I've said numerous times, that's why we're here. We're learning. Okay, do you think that's good enough? Looks to be okay from that side. Really carefully doing that so I don't cut myself. I think ideally I'd like more of a point. So maybe that'll do the trick. Hopefully you can see, can you see that? I've now made a sort of slight carve into there with a little indentation there. Let's just give that a little tiny bit there. Okay. Well, you never know. See if it works. Alright guys, so as you may be able to tell, I did have to go and get a different cross stick, namely because the one I was putting a wedge on did break numerous times, so I could tell it was nowhere near long enough and the angle was going to be rubbish. So I went and got another one, carved another wedge in, but here we are. We have arrived at last at the moment of truth. Is this going to hold? Is it going to take? Will I be able to make a brew? So as you can see, I've just hooked that on there. Now I'm going to very carefully, hopefully without setting myself on fire, attach that to that. Hey, check it out. Seems to work. Now what I would probably do is readjust and angle slightly so we're more over the center of the fire, but obviously when the fire dies down a bit and the embers, that will be the embers take hold, that'll be a lot easier, so I might do that. But for now, I'm very happy with that, but I think it's high time I put some water in this and make myself a drink, so bear with me, I'll be back in a sec. Lovely. Well, there we have it, ladies and gents, it works. The Billy can hangy stick thing system, don't know what it's called. It works. I've been sat here for at least sort of 2 or 3 minutes, recording and re-recording this outro in an attempt to get it right. And so far, nothing has fallen over, nothing has disintegrated, nothing has caught on fire, so I'm very happy with it. In the future, the thing obviously that I want to work on most is the carving of the actual hook to get the pinch point correct. I mean, I didn't quite do that right, which was unfortunate. It took me a little while, so I'd like to try that again. I don't know if using a sapling next time rather than a dead piece of wood will make any difference, but you know, maybe we'll try that and see if that makes any difference next time. Yeah. So all I'm going to do is wait for my water to boil so I can make myself a nice cup of coffee. So I think I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it as always, guys. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. If you're new to Bushcraft, as always, you know, please feel free to subscribe. I'll put a little button in the corner here to help you do that. If you liked it, please share it with anybody else that you think might like it. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. I hope you have an awesome day. Peace out.